been to 7 weddings in the past 9 weeks, and I have learned a lot about wedding planning, and I have been taking copious notes. So if you're wedding planning and you're wondering what guests actually care about, here's the rundown. The number one most important thing to me as a guest at a wedding was bread. And that sounds crazy, so let me explain. After a cocktail hour where you're just absolutely slamming drinks, you want bread. You're starting to feel it. You always get your buzz on, and you're thinking to yourself, I think I need bread. Especially if the meal that you're providing to your guests is not heavy in carbs, like you're giving them a piece of grilled chicken and like a very small scoop of mashed potatoes, they need bread. Provide them with bread, please. At a few of the weddings that I went to, they also provided flip-flops for women to take their heels off and put on a pair of flip-flops to dance on the dance floor. I thought that was genius because it keeps people from having to go barefoot on your dance floor, and it also just helps relieve the pain and the aches, and I needed it so bad. Signage is so important. There were several venues that we showed up to and we kind of didn't know where to go, or it wasn't clear where you were supposed to go. Bathrooms weren't clear, so just as much as you can, over communicate where stuff is. Have people, set up to direct people, or put up just a bounty of clear signage. Don't feel like you need to give people a keepsake. This was not important to me as a wedding guest. It was such a lovely gesture, but I know that the price of those can really add up, and I'll be honest, I don't even know where they all are right now. 7 weddings, 7 keepsakes, I don't know where they are. So don't worry about that. If you don't want to provide it, don't do it. Unless you have something like a really good idea that you want to do, I wouldn't worry about it. Our favorite guest book experience, we had the phone, we had just regular guest book. Our favorite experience of that was a guest book, but it had a Polaroid camera with it so that you could take a picture of the two of you or whoever it was in your guest party, and then you could write a little note and attach the Polaroid into the guest book. We thought that was so cute. That's such a lovely way to capture the memory. We will be doing that at our wedding. If you're having a lot of out-of-town folks come in, we went to a wedding that was out of town for us, and we stayed at a hotel that had a bar, and it wasn't a super expensive hotel. It wasn't, because you don't want to do that to your guests either, but it was a nice enough hotel that it had a bar, and it was so nice because the entire wedding weekend, everybody just congregated in that bar. It gave you an extra place to hang out. It gave you a place to grab a snack, if you were on the go that day. It was such a nice thing to have, and so we will definitely be doing a hotel with a bar for our wedding. To me as a guest, the cocktail hour was the most fun part. I love the cocktail hour. So some of the weddings we went to it was an hour full stop, but some of them were a little bit longer, like an hour to an hour and a half. And I really liked the hour and a half. That was just so nice just to mill around and have conversations with people, get to catch up and have a drink. I don't know. I really liked it. I appreciated a longer cocktail hour. So I would say an hour and a half is really the sweet spot for a cocktail hour if that's something you're interested in. At one of the weddings we went to, both of the families gave the couple away instead of the dad giving the daughter away. And I just thought that was such a nice touch. It was lovely to have all of the family stand up and to give their children away to each other. I don't know. I thought that was really beautiful. At another wedding, the entire bridal party, including the brides, changed into sweatsuits for the reception. And it was so fun. And as a guest, it was just really nice to see somebody getting to enjoy their night without feeling uncomfortable. And finally, so many of the wedding photographers that were there at these weddings offered to take pictures of people